In today's video, how do we track stress and sleep during contest prep? Hey guys, what's going on? This is Parvella from ProPhysique.com. In today's video, we're going to talk about contest prep. We're talking about those few individuals who are going to go through this process, diet down, get on stage under those lights, let a bunch of strangers judge them. But we're going to do it in the best manner possible. Now, there's so much good information that is available now about this process. And I want to talk a little bit about my journey here because it's going to help explain where I'm coming from. So first things first, today's question comes from my Instagram direct message. So if you want to send me a message, go to my Instagram and send me a DM. Now, I'm getting quite a bit of questions lately. So if you asked one a while ago and it didn't get answered, don't be afraid to send it again. I think the most important thing right now that I'm trying to do is I scroll through and I find something that's relevant. And contest prep has really kicked off. With the Arnold behind us, I feel like more people than ever are starting to get into that mindset of wanting to do shows. And this is a good question to ask. So the question came from Instagram, and I'll post it on the screen here for you guys. Basically asking, how do we track stress and sleep during contest prep? Now, I did a video a long time ago, probably a couple of years ago with Lauren Conlon, where we talked about the value of adding a Fitbit. So Fitbit came out a few years ago, wearable technology. Now there's probably multiple options. I think even the iPhone has a built-in kind of fitness tracker. And I immediately found value in it for myself and my wife because I started tracking my sleep. Sleep is probably one of the most underrated parts of our lives. We can be focused on our diet, our training, our, all this stuff. But a lot of people just don't get enough sleep. And sleep is magic. And I'm not even kidding. It's freaking magic. It helps balance hormones. It can help with insulin sensitivity. Hell, an extra hour of sleep can help somebody's metabolism. So it's very important that we pay attention to sleep. And what I found with the Fitbit, when I would wear it, it would actually give me a reading of my sleep patterns. It would tell me when I was in deep sleep, when I was moving around too much. And, as someone that has a couple young boys at home, my youngest son being 9 months old, I definitely noticed the times where we had interrupted sleep. With a newborn, it's almost every 3 or 4 hours they have to eat. So we got into this pattern of hardly sleeping at all, only 3-4 hours at a time until he was a little bit older. And sometimes I would say, hey, you go sleep through the night, I'll do all the feedings. And so it would work out that way. But for someone like yourself who's worried about this during the contest prep phase, well, it can be very important just to have the data. You see, once I had the data, I was able to respond. I was able to look at my information and go, man, it's been 4 or 5 nights since I've gotten more than 5 hours of good sleep. And so I would make sleep a priority. Once you start making things a priority, it's a lot easier to justify doing them, okay? Now, stress is a lot harder to track because stress can actually be a good thing. I talk about this all the time, but I feel like stress is necessary to move forward. There are 2 types of stress, though, that I want to focus on. There's acute stress, meaning you're stressed out because you've got this test tomorrow. But once the test is gone, we feel better, okay? But then there's also something called chronic stress. Chronic stress is something that seems to be always there. Now, our life situations might dictate this, might be a problem at work, might be a problem with marriage, might be a problem in general, just, there's a hurricane and flooding and you don't have power. These types of chronic stresses over time can create problems. So it can be very important during a contest prep to kind of manage this. What I like to say is don't try to mix contest prep with too much. Don't try to mix contest prep with the more stressful things in life, like moving, like getting married, like starting a new job. If those things are going on, it might just compound your situation because from my experience, and this is something I talk to my clients a lot about, is what's going on in your life. And that's what I wanted to say earlier was, and when I first got into coaching, for me it was more about an email exchange. Hey, here's your macros, here's your cardio, you made progress or you didn't, your pictures look good or they don't, here's the changes. Now a lot of times it comes down to, hey, let's throw Natalie Matthews in here. Hey Natalie, how was your week? Okay, she went to the Arnold, she's a little stressed out, she was on her feet for 18 hours a day, and she gets back and she feels a little run down. Hey coach, should I be doing cardio? No, let's take an entire day and just rest and recover and refresh, okay? That's about understanding where you are in the process and not being afraid to take some time off to recover, because I promise you, one good day of recovery can send you forward in a manner much better than just grinding it out day after day after day on low sleep, not getting enough recovery, trying to keep your calories low, okay? There are methods to the madness that is getting on stage. And I try to really force my clients to take a day off. And sometimes I find out like, oh, when was your last day off from the gym? Oh, 3 weeks. Okay, that's too much. We need that day off. If not only for our bodies, but also for our mind, okay? Take a day off to do things like your chores, your grocery shopping. You know, getting things done outside of the gym and prep can help make your day feel better. Those kind of things can compound and go from being like an acute stressor to a chronic stressor. And that's what we want to remove. As much as possible, we want to keep stress to a minimum, okay? We want to make it a healthy part of our approach and sleep a healthy part of our approach. So I would maybe focus on some wearable technology, an app, or something that you find that works for you. I found the Fitbit to be very helpful. I enjoyed it. It was easy to use. I plug it in, I could wear it. I actually enjoyed it. My wife bought me a brand new Apple Watch for Christmas. It's March 8th. I still haven't opened the damn thing. That just tells you, like, I want to use it. I need to. All right, I'm going to do it this weekend, guys. Hold me accountable if you don't see me wearing an Apple Watch next week. But yeah, so that's something that I want to experiment with, because I'm all about finding what works for the next person, helping people out. But I often ask for Fitbit feedback on sleep and things like that. So, you know, inquiring about my clients' stress and sleep and overall lifestyle has been a big part of the reason I've been successful the last couple of years, along with the fact that I have the most badass clients on the planet Earth. But for yourself, how would you track it? You know, you might want to take notes. You might want to have some form of documentation, or just get some wearable technology that allows you to kind of have an idea. Hopefully this answers your question. And if not, well, best I got. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
By myself.